welcome to the Scolopogenium. Today we've got another exciting Burrows and Badgers adventure for you guys. So settle in, get comfy, and let's find out what happens today.
Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all of a midsummer's morn. England shall bide till judgment tide by oak and ash and thorn.
First off, let's have a quick look at the crews. Now, the Twisted Tails are Sam's Free Beast Force. Mr. Meowgly back there, you can see the cat hidden in the woods. He's actually not participating in this game due to the deep lacerations he got in the last match. And if you haven't seen that, make sure you catch up. I'll leave a link for the playlist for the campaign in the description below, and what a campaign it has been up to this point. In terms of participants in the fight, we have Richard Stroker, the Badger, mercenary captain of the Twisted Tails. Now, Richard's armed with a bow. He's got a variety of flasks of different poison on him. He's got health potions on him. He's got an axe and a shield, or hand weapon and shield as well. Now, Richard's also upgraded with a variety of skills, including quick shot, and he also has he's really strong, he's really tough, and his armor means that he's not only a tank, he's also a very effective ranged model and incredibly powerful in close combat. So basically, in any situation, this guy's probably outmatching who he's fighting against. Next up, we have Pip the Squirrel. Now, Pip has had an unlucky time, it has to be said, over the course of the campaign, but that hasn't stopped him, and he's coming into this battle with skills such as Killing Blow, which allows him to stack extra 7 to the result of a dice roll, which can help kill a model in one blow, thus the name of the skill. Now, on top of that, he is wounded a little, he's weak, he's delicate because of being stabbed through the chest, shot in the face, but all of those scars do add up to him also being fearsome, and often this guy causes you to have a -3 to roll against him and attack him, and a -3 to defend because you're shaking in your boots. So although he's wounded, although he may have a peg leg, old Pip Chestnut the Squirrel is not to be trifled with. Finally, we have Freddy Warsprite and Bethany, the two flyers. Now, Freddy Warsprite is a squirrel. He's a sparrow, and he has a shield and a hand weapon. He's got light armor, and he's upgraded his strike dice and his block dice. So this guy's actually really good at fluttering around. He's much better at fighting than would appear on the surface. And of course, we have beloved Bethany Skitters, the caster of the group, and probably acts in many ways like the mum of the Twisted Tails here. She reads them their bedtime stories and so on and so forth. But no, Bethany is the wise bat. She's the caster. She heals the crew. She gives them haste, and she also has oak skin, which means she can make them much tougher as well. So she's got loads of spells. She's a gifted caster. She has a magic ring, which makes it even better at casting. And she just generally basically never fails. A lot of the time, she only needs to roll a 1 to cast, even if she moves. And with flight, she can get out of the way or get into position of where she needs. So she's an absolutely amazing core member of the crew. So he's only got 4 members of the crew this match. Let's see what he can do with them. Next up, we have the Royalist crew, the Spaniel Inquisition, led, of course, by Biscuit. Now, he has become quite the veteran duelist and master fencer with his dual-wielding blades. He's got a whole host of skills, but altogether that adds up to him basically never having less than a +3 to a dice roll, often a lot higher than that. He's really defensive. He can also deal out Killing Blow once per battle. And he's also packing a healing potion and some mortal poison, thanks to my alchemy lab that I built recently back at base after the last match. So yeah, Biscuit, reliable leader and faithful hound to his crew. We have his right-hand man and bodyguard, not the second, but certainly the anchor of the crew, and that is Nelson, the bulldog. Now, he's a massive hound, and this guy's built not really for damage output. He does have Killing Blow, which means he can give someone a big wallop once per game, but really he's spec'd towards defense. He's extremely tough, He's got a heavy shield, he's got light armor, and his skills really back that up, including things such as Shield Master, which lets him re-roll the dice when he gets shot at or when he's blocking in close combat. Following on from that, we do have the second Biscuit's best friend, William the Otter. Now, William is an incredibly powerful veteran English longbowman, and yet he's just wielding that bow, standard arrows. He doesn't mess around with broadheads or bodkins, and of course his trusty dagger for if he has to get his hands dirty, which he avoids if he can. Now, he's not really very good in combat, although he can, handle himself if he needs to. But boy, is he spec'd out for shooting. He can fire 2 shots a turn. You can re-roll the dice on those shots, which if you roll 2 dice for a fate dice, obviously just re-roll the lowest and keep the highest, so you've got insurance. Really powerful. Not only that, but he can, he's got so many shooting skills, I actually lose track of them. But let's put it this way. If he's standing and he's shooting, he's probably going to knock someone out of the game in one activation. He's a beast. On top of that, we have our new apprentice to William. He's not even been in his first battle. He was hired after the last game, and it's Ash Conquer, and he's armed with a bow and light armor. And I don't believe he has a hand weapon on him, so if he gets caught out in close combat, he's going to be in trouble. Over to the support units, we have Musket. Musket is an absolute machine. He's got Killing Blow, he's got Strong, he can fly, he's just specced out to the absolute nines. Unarmed fighter means he can fly into combat and strike that turn, which only raptors can do, not all birds. So, for example, Sam's sparrow can fly into combat, but then he can't strike. He can only lock people down. I can strike. He's also got 2 swords, dual-wielding hand weapons on his back, so he can get a +2 bonus if he stays in the fight and he doesn't take out his target from the first attack. But really, he's also got lightning maneuver. I can't remember exactly the skill name, but he gets to add 8 to his movement once per game. That's really good for going on ambush, and then if someone tries to charge into my lines, I can just fly out and intercept them. Yeah, he's just basically a machine. He is the glue that sticks my list together. He can fly to support any combat he needs. He can assassinate any caster who is left undefended, any archer. He's an absolute beast of a bird of prey, old Musket. And on top of that, finally, rounding out the crew, we have good old Grub, my reliable caster. He's a gifted caster, which means that he always has +2 to his rolls for his spells. He's got 2 simple spells, Cure and Haste. It's all he needs. And on top of that, he has, and he's got Lightning. Sorry, recently upgraded with Lightning, so he can actually do some damage now. He doesn't even wield a hand weapon, but he's just really, really useful to hop around. And because toads come with strength 1 and tough 2, it basically negates his delicate from being a caster, which means he's actually really, really tough for a caster and can hop out of danger as quickly as he gets himself into it. So that is the crew of the Royalists. Now, we've sort of 5-6 games into the campaign now at this stage. I think this is going to be the 5th match, actually. So we've gathered quite a few skills. We've gained a lot of experience, and it's really, really fun getting to this level of the campaign where we've got all these combos to try out. And as I've just leveled up with a lot of my models, I'm really excited to see how that all ties together. You join us on the 5th game in our campaign, and things are certainly getting very interesting now. Sam's forces are conducting a surprise attack with his mercenaries, trying to cut the head off the snake, so to speak.
Vengeance for Meowgi.
Vengeance for Meowgi. Indeed. So for the blood spilt so far, he's got a long list of grudges against my Royalist band. So we have to start off with me rolling a d6 for every unit in my warband, and I only get to deploy them at the start of the game on a 5 or a 6, otherwise they go into reserve, and they come in on a 4 up from turn 2. Okay, so Biscuit first, he's not in. Then we've got Ash, the squirrel, he's not in. Grub, I really want Grub. Yes, Grub's in. That's going to be absolutely clutch. Next, we'll go with William the Otter. No. If I've just got my mage, I'm in trouble. The Sparrowhawk. No. Come on, Nelson. Come on, Nelson, lads. No. So Grub's going to be on his own. Well, he's going to be hiding in this hut whilst the others are out foraging. Yeah, he's just working the apothecarium whilst the others are out and around. And now he's going to be defending our house against the attack from the free beasts. So at the start of the game, Sam surrounded the compound with the members of the Twisted Tales. He's got Freddy Warsprite overlooking the entrance on this corner of my compound. He's also got Pip Chestnut just on the edge here, covering the other way in case I try and escape. Then he's got Richard, the Badger, with his big bow and his axe and his shield, ready to basically come in and drag Biscuit out of there. Little does he know, he's come to murder Biscuit, but it's just Grub holding the fort right now. The rest of the gang are off adventuring or at market or foraging, who knows, just going about their daily tasks. And therefore, it's just Grub just hiding in here. He's got to survive. Now, the way the game ends... Oh, you've also got Bethany backing up Richard. And she's got haste, heal, oat flesh.
That's it, really.
And so she's got plenty of spells. Now, the way the game works, as I've described, I'm in reserve with most of my warband. They come in on a 4-up from the start of turn 2.
But you're on the first turn, though.
I'm on the first turn right now, so I've survived this first turn. Now, if any of my models are still alive at the end of turn 6, then I win automatically. And there's this whole area, I've got this road here that I might come on from, with all this sort of bocage and hedgerow lining it on the up to the drive to the little house. So you've got to be able to...
I've got to be able to make sure there's no defenders left.
Yeah, you've got to basically make sure there's no defenders left. If at the end of turn 6, any of my guys are living,
you win.
I win. So you've got to get me quickly, and I'm going to come on in dribs and drabs. It's not like I'm all going to come on. So it's going to be an interesting one. Can the Twisted Tales get vengeance for that which has been done against them and their honour? First activation goes to the defender. So Grub's going to move into concealment and just hide here away from Richard's longbow, essentially. Activation is Freddy Warsprite, and he just sprints up to the door and then into contact with Grub, trying to lock him down. Pip rolled a 6 to hop the wall and dash into the compound. He's then rolled a 3 and managed to get through the window and into base contact with Grub. It's now 2-on-1 over here, but no attacks coming in as of yet. He flutters up and through the doorway with her fly 12-inch move, and she's going to cast haste, needing a 1 on Richard, and she gets it off, of course. Richard uses his burst of speed ability to once per game sprint 8 inches, hops up to the window. Now he's going for a charge onto Grub through the window while his minions hold him down. He spends a fate point and gets the 4, so he makes it the distance he needs. So into combat with Grub.
We're all fearsome now, aren't we? So no one gets anything.
Yeah, I'm fearsome, so I don't have to roll negative. Now, if Sam kills Grub here, it'll end the game straight away. He'll just win. And there's not much I can do about it. So, and he's also decided to burn a hell of a lot of fate dice. He's burning 5, taking him down to 6. I'm burning 4, taking me down to 6 as well. So I've got 5 dice on D6s here. I'm looking for a 6.
I'm looking for the 8. There's the 8.
I get the 6.
Okay, let's do some maths.
Now he's not using his shield here, he's using his single-handed weapon in 2 hands. That gives him +1 to his strength. He is already strength 3 for being a massive old badger. So that's +4. It's a difference of 7 overall, so it's 11 damage to Grub.
Nice.
And because he's haste, he's got another attack there. Strike. I'm using another 2 fate dice, you're using 2 as well.
7.
I've got the 6.
Ooh,
nice magic roll, so we'll see what the result is. After strength and toughness and all of that, it's another 5 damage to Grub. That takes him to 16 wounds. You need to take 17 to die. He's clinging on there. Oh my gosh, with all the debuffs, I thought you had it in one swift maneuver.
You rolled anything less, you would have
I needed it. But we've both burned a ton of fate points now.
Yeah.
But it was worth it on both sides, because otherwise it would have been GG from the first turn. So now I need to roll to see what models come in. Okay, needing a 4 up and I can come on touching any board edge. So William first, he's on. That's good. Nelson next. He's not on. Now it's Ash, the squirrel. No. Biscuit. No. And finally the raptor. No, not quite. So it's just William. 8 off for who gets the first activation. I've got 4 to a 1. Okay, that's sweet. William the otter slinks on the edge of the field here, and he quickly takes it all in and realizes that Grub's in real trouble. You can hear him banging and clattering from inside the hut they've been staying in. Now, looking through the door from where he is, you can easily make out Bethany's bright green dress. And the others are all in combat with Grub. He doesn't want to risk shooting him and finishing him off. He learned from Richard's mistake last game. So we'll burning one fate dice here. I'm on D10s. I've got a 7 and a 7. I've got a 3 and a 5.
Okay, I'll take that.
Now I've got expert shot, so I can always re-roll one of my dice, so I may as well. Oh, it's the big magic perfect 10. Overall, with my strength and his delicate added to the result, 16 damage. He slots a shot straight through there. Expert shot, indeed.
You might get the first kill out of all this. What the hell?
Potentially. I've got quick shot, so I get to shoot again. I'm burning another fate dice.
Same. We'll keep her alive.
And it's a 7 again. To a 5, and I'll re-roll the 2.
It's enough as it is.
Is it, yeah?
Yep.
Sound. Oh yeah, because I only need to beat you by 1, and then strength and delicate. And Bethany is shot. She's dead.
Before Grub.
Before Grub. Don't worry, Grub, I got you, I'm coming.
That ruins my haste, that's so annoying.
Now it's up to Pip. He should have an easy task here of assassinating the famous Grub, because I'm -3 for the amount of opponents I'm in combat with, -2 for not having a proper hand weapon, and -5 because I'm on my last wound. So, not ideal. I've got a D6, I need a magic. No, it's only 3 to 2, but it's enough to go through and finish off the last wound. So Grub is dead, but that I kind of had to accept that.
I'm devastated how this has played out.
Of turn 2, and the Royalists are clinging on here. William the Otter bringing it back.
That kill was insane.
It's really good, really, really good. With his new level up, he's re-rolling 1 dice plus the fate dice. It's a nice little combo, that. Now, he sprinted the Freddy the Sparrow up, but he couldn't quite make it into engagement range just because of the cover he was crossing with the second move. The Badger only got a 1 on his first move out of the building, so then he had to roll again. Now he did get a 7, not too bad, but it would have been nice to have got further for sure. And then last of all, Pip, of course, hanging back. Yeah, he got the kill, and now he's just probably rifling through Grub's pockets there. So neither of us have magical support anymore. It's 3 on 1 currently. With a kill to each side. However, I now need to roll for reserves. Okay, so rolling for reserves, we'll do Musket the Sparrowhawk first. Oh, cocked for sure. That's not on the ground. That's a fail. Then we need Biscuit. Come on, lad.
Come on, Biscuit.
Biscuit's in. That's what we needed. And we've got Ash the Squirrel.
Nope.
It's a no on a 3, and Nelson. Come on, Nelson. Yes, Nelson's in. So it's Biscuit and Nelson.
Yep.
That's just what we needed. Start of turn 3, and we're even in terms of models on the board. I decided to bring Biscuit on the same edge and Nelson. These guys are just coming back from the pub, having had a couple of pints and found these dirty cursed tails, scumbags. What's it? Twisted tails, sorry mate. Rifling around in our stuff and beating up our mage. Now it's 3 versus 3 on the board going into turn 3. I've currently got the first turn. I've got a D8 versus a D8. Sam needs to beat me. Oh, if we draw, he gets the first turn and he wants it. I've got a 7.
Nope.
Excellent. Right, so, well, it's very obvious what I'm going to do here, of course.
Are you sure?
I'm just going to...
You're not going to outnumber him first?
Nah, I think I'll just go for the whack. I can always... Okay. We'll see what we get. So as Nelson, the massive hound, charges in, he's going to feel the winds of fate blowing against his whiskers. I'm rolling 2 D12s. You've upgraded... You've upped your block, D6?
Yep.
And you're not spending a fate point here. Right, okay, so I've got +2 for charging in over 2 inches.
+1 for my back.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I've got a 6.
And I got a 2.
Okay, so I'm beating you by 4. Now I've done 8 damage so far. I'm going to activate my killing blow to do an additional 7, putting him on 15. And then I've also got my mortal poison coating my hammer there. So that's an extra D6, is it?
Yep.
So if I can get a 2, I can knock you out with the first bash. It's a 1, Sam. You're on 1 wound remaining.
Yes.
You've taken 16.
Woo, go lad.
Next up, it's Richard Stroker, the mighty badger ranger. He raises his longbow, coated with a bodkin arrow, coated with pain poison,
Yep.
and he's going to do that twice. To, give Biscuit hopefully -4
I'm going to
to
spend
rolls.
1 fate point on it.
And I'm going to have to spend a fate point as well.
Which is your
Now,
last.
essentially, Sam here, his secondary is assassinate my leader. So if you can kill my leader off and then bail turn 3 onwards, or if mine is break them. So I need to kill the sparrow, and then I've killed 2 of your 4 models. And I have got more reserves to come on. So you want to get this XP and get out of here, don't
Exactly.
you? Right, okay, so I've got a D6 nimble.
Yep, you spending your last fate on it?
I'm spending my last fate on it, yes, indeed.
Okay.
I've got a 6.
I got snake eyes.
Okay, so first
Snake
shot's
eyes on
blocked. And then you're going to coat it with more pain poison.
Yep.
And go again. And you now, are you going to use your last fate?
Who has died? The bat. No. I'm going to keep that one.
Keep that one for the injury table. I got 2 to a 3.
So okay, so I'm +1 to my shot, so it's a difference of 2.
A difference of 2, so you do 2 damage plus your strength of 3 is 5 damage, plus the pain poison gives me -2 to movement and roll.
Yes.
Vulcan ignores Biscuit's light armor, but he has toughness 1, which takes it down to 4 damage, so he's -3 to his roll offs now. He's going to go for a charge. He's going to have to go round and through this cover here. So he's on a D6. Come on, lads. He gets a 6, just what we needed. So he's just going to get into contact with the sparrow there past William. Biscuit has weapon skill, which gives him +1 to strike. Dual wielding rapiers there is another +2. He's charged, which is another +2 over 2 inches. So that's +5 to his roll here.
But he's also -3. Injury plus pain poison.
Injury plus pain poison. So he's on a total of
+2.
+2 to his roll. He does ignore the sparrow's light armor, which is nice. With his most recent
-5.
upgrade, and you're on -5 because you're outnumbered by 2 guys.
And I've taken 15 wounds. So.
Okay, so you
So,
do have a buckler.
Oh, no, -6.
Yeah.
Oh, buckler. Yeah,
Buckler, so it's -5 to you. Okay, so I'm rolling a D12 here versus D6.
Yeah, that's 6. No.
I've got an 8 there.
Don't
I've
even
got
have to do
a
the
9.
Don't do the maths, he's dead.
Yeah, he's killed. So that's going to be an instant break check for having lost half your models.
Yep.
Now,
D8 to D8.
It's D8 to D8 on this one.
Could be the quickest battle ever.
Yeah, could be a quick see you off.
2.
4 to a 2, so you stay around. You've still got the chance to kill off Biscuit, or even break me possibly. Now it's down to my reserve rolls.
Nope. I've got
No.
one.
Oh yeah, you've got Pip.
He's going to do a sprint.
Pip's doing a sprint. So it's a 1. Hop
It's
out
halfway
the
through the
window.
window. So 1 gets him to there. So he still has to
It's
run.
fine. Just hop out the window. Man.
Okay. There you go. And he's going to join. Over here.
Run another 6 inches. Okay, so now I'll do my reserve rolls. So I've still got the
2 to go.
2 to go. I've got Ash, the Squirrel Ranger,
It's not looking good for
and I've
me.
got Musket. So Ash on a 4 up, no.
Good.
And then Musket, no. Okay, so it's still going to stay 3 to 2.
Yep.
D8 off for initiative. I've got 4 to a 7, so he
Yay.
snatches it and he's going to activate first. You needed that. Richard decides to chance it and he sprints and hops the wall with a 6 on his movement. Now he's going to try and shoot Nelson straight in the back with a bodkin arrow. Now Nelson has Shield Master, which is interesting because it lets you re-roll your nimble check if you've got a shield. So I've got a D6, I get 4 versus a 5.
Get to re-roll though.
I don't know if I want to on a 4. I'll have to keep it. The bodkin ignores my heavy shield and my light armor, but it doesn't ignore my toughness, which is 2. So overall, he does 4 damage, giving me -1 to the next roll. William the Otter is going to attempt to line up a couple of shots past the hulking frame of the massive hound Nelson. Now it's blocking, and the badger Richard is within base contact of some terrain there. So overall it's going to be +2, -2. I've got 2 shots here. I really wish I had some fake dice here.
You get to reroll, though.
I get a reroll, but it's nice with the fake dice. I get a 9. Don't think I'll be re-rolling that.
Nope. And I get a 5. I'll take
okay.
5. Not too
So I'm
bad.
beating you by 4. Now I haven't got the fancy bodkin arrows and so on and so forth. I'm only strength 1 with my otter. So it's overall 2 damage to the mighty badger. The second shot with the quick shot ability. What do I get?
5.
It's a 5.
Is it reroller?
We'll see.
A
5 to a 3. Now this is interesting. I need at least a 6 to do any damage, so I can re-roll this 5 here, and then maybe I'll get a perfect shot.
Hopefully not.
This time it is a 6,
That's
so I
the
will
one
do
damage.
just 1 damage through his toughness and light armor. Putting his hand in his arrow bag to draw another arrow ready for the next turn. William the Otter remembers all of a sudden that he's got some mortal poison rattling around in there. His fingers touch the bottle of poison that they got from the apothecary. So, if only I'd remembered, but we've still got it for next shot. Attempting to cause a distraction from his master, the loyal Pip Chestnut, hero of the Twisted Tales, does a sprint and dashes 12 inches around towards here. He's also within 2 inches of Biscuit, so if I want to charge him, I'm not going to get the bonus for moving over 2. Steals himself and readies for the charge. He's going to run in there. Let's see if we can take on this badger now. Now I've got to roll a fearsome check, and then he still has +3 from his magic armor. I'm only +2 from the charge here. Nelson is a tank, but we're going to see what we can do. He can't use his shield because he's already fired. For the fearsome check, I've got 2.
2 and 5.
Oh, yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
So beneath the armour and the mighty cross that he bears on his back from his crusades in the Moly Land, Nelson is a little nervous of this duel against the famous and venerable mercenary captain, Richard Stroker. And I'm going to be on a -1 overall to my roll. Sam's on a +3. I do have a D12 though. And it's a 2 for me and a 3. That's nothing overall. Now Biscuit split between sprinting up the side of the wall to help out Nelson and trying to finish off Pip here. I think I'm going to go for the easier target. We've duelled before. Pip needs to get back his honour in this duel though, so who knows what could happen. Now I'm just going to roll to see how far I get out of the terrain. 1 inch, so yeah, just move up to the edge there where Pip is, and then we'll I've got to roll for fearsome on a D8.
Yep, D8 off.
No, it's D6 for me.
D6 for me as well.
Yeah, no.
Fortune's D8. Presence is D6.
Okay,
5.
so I'm on a -3, so that negates my special skills. I do ignore your armour, but I haven't got a buff, so it's just a flat D12 here from
I don't
Biscuit.
wear armour, I'm a squirrel.
So,
D6 for me.
D6. Right, I've got an 11 there, is it? Or
It's a something.
it's a something.
I've got a 3.
3. Okay, shall I re-roll that? It's like pretty much cocked, isn't it, essentially? An 8. So it's a difference of 5 on the duel. Then I've got strength +2 to make it 7, and Pip is delicate 1 from his still suffers from that old chest wound from last battle. So that's going to be 8 damage in total. So at the end of this turn, the fighting has broken down into 2 little skirmishes, with William the Otter looking like he's going to have to shoot into combat potentially, or maybe pull out that dagger and get his hands dirty, which he does not like. He's very much a shoot him from long range kind of guy. Now, Sam's got to roll, because he's taken more than half, he's got to roll every turn at the end of the turn to see if he routs or not. And he hasn't killed Biscuit yet, which is what he wants. So let's see what we get. I'm on a D8.
I'll do it myself.
Oh, we got a 7 and I've got a 2, so he's still got another chance to get that precious XP from his secondary, or even, you know, route this first currently. So in the roll-off, I am going to be on a D6.
D10.
I've got a 5
and 2.
and a 2. I've snatched it back. Biscuit's going to go first. First, I'm going to neck a health potion that I've been carrying with me. 4. That's perfect. That's exactly how many wounds he's taken. So he's back to full health. Now I'm going to try and strike at Pip Chestnut here.
And -2 now, 'cause my injuries.
-2 because of your injuries. And I'm on +3.
Oh, fearsome still. We don't
But
know.
maybe fearsome will
Come
stop
on,
that.
Squirrel.
I'm on a 5 to a 5, so I don't fail it. So I do get my +3 for my dueling skill. Okay, so Biscuit's going to be using a D12. We're both dual wielding here. I'm on +3, you're on -2. I've got an 8.
I don't think
8
we even
plus 3 plus 2 for strength is going to be 11, 12, 13.
Yeah,
and you've already taken 5. That's 18 wounds. And once again, Pip Chestnut is bested in single combat by Biscuit the Hound. You're going to have a real grudge against him now going forward.
Or he's going to be terrified.
Yeah, who knows?
Alright, so finally I've got to do another.
Somehow, after all this, I'm still terrified of you.
And somehow I'm still not round.
Yeah, okay, so it's a D8.
1.
You get a 1 and a 5.
Yeah,
so
Richard
that's a
sort of
GG. And Richard seeing the apprentice assassin run through once again. He calls it. He decides to turn tail and sprint off from Nelson, who, as an honourable knight, decides not to strike him in the back.
Grabs Freddy by his wing and drags him off.
Now that is my secondary completed as well. So
yes, so you're getting loads of XP.
Hopefully loads of XP. You did manage to kill one of my guys. I didn't get 2 of them on, so I'll have to have a look how that works. We normally do injuries and such off camera now we're this far into the campaign. However, Sam just rolled with his fate dice for Bethany, and he got a 1 and a 2. She's died. That's just a double death.
Yeah.
So Bethany just absolutely slammed by Nelson, was it?
No, it was by the arrow.
Oh, the arrows from William the Otter.
Killed her?
Just killed her straight up. She's dead, man. William the Otter's actually got blood in his hands now.
I know. He's a murderer.
Yeah, oh my gosh, this got less friendly woodland creatures beating each other up.
It's got real now.
Yeah, it's got real now. William the Otter's actually killed someone, man.
Right,
Now, whilst we're here, we're going to do other injuries on camera.
Sparrow.
Sparrow, yes, sir?
1.
It can't be.
He's dead?
The sparrow's dead.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, man.
Uh-oh. Come on, Pip. Are you going to live?
Not another one. It's a 17.
It's...
Horrific appearance.
He's already got it.
Okay, so he's just fearsome. He gets away with it scot-free. But you've lost 2 characters, man.
Flyers as well.
And your 2 flyers and you
I
can't still
can't
Pip
afford
Warsman.
anyone to replace them.
Because you only got 2d6 pennies.
And I've rolled crap every time.
And I got 6d6 pennies.
I can't even afford a mouse.
Gosh, that is brutally devastating. Richard's back at base. He checks on Meowgly, who seems to have recovered somewhat from his lacerations and is in a stable condition. He decides now he's going to go off wandering. He's going to roll a dice, see if he can get lucky on a quest
I
here.
need some money. It's a 9.
Black
Black Marketeer.
Marketeer. That's good for you. 3d6 penny discount on his next rare item.
Not what I needed. I need some recruit money.
But you never know.
So as we just saw there, the Twisted Tail suffering a devastating double whammy loss of not only Freddy Warspite, the brave fighter Sparrow, but also Bethany. Bethany is Sam's beloved caster. She has upgraded several times. I think she was on a 3rd upgrade already. Really reliable. Yes, she's taken a blow or an injury here or there, but she's basically always got away with it and added more and more proficiency. So to lose Bethany, his main caster, fully upgraded at this stage in the campaign, is a crippling loss to the Twisted Tales, and I'm sure she will be much missed and many songs sung around the campfire at the Twisted Tales home base in her memory. So Freddy's dead, Bethany's dead. As we can see, Meowgy is recovered from his deep lacerations and remains uninjured, as does Richard. Pip, as we know, he's lost his leg. He suffered a chest wound and an enfeebling injury, making him weak and delicate 1. But he's really fearsome, he's really scary, and he didn't get any worse from that battle. Now, he only got an XP here or there, a couple of XP per character, and nobody leveled up at the end of this game. Not ideal at all. He only has 20 pennies left after upkeep costs, and he's no labour because he couldn't do any labouring or building. He's got a few materials knocking around, So when he gets the chance to lace down the line, he'll be able to build some den upgrades rapidly. But for now, he's not improving his den in any way. In fact, Sam's taken such a devastating loss in this match that the next time we play, he will start by the campaign rules with an additional 4 fate dice, and every member of his crew that takes part in the battle will gain a flat XP just because of the power difference between the two forces. So yeah, he's got 3 members left. They are 3 insanely powerful members. Despite Pip's injuries, he has leveled up and got Killing Blow as well, as you know, being really scary, which is very useful because I don't really have much fearsome in my list. That's been really useful for Sam. He's still got Meowgly the cat. He's still got the Badger. Both of those creatures are extremely tough, extremely high damage, extremely versatile. So he's still got, in many ways apart from Bethany, the core of his force. There's a lot of things he can do, and there might be a couple of adjustments before the next game. So you'll have to catch up next game and see if Sam sells any equipment, maybe manages to hire an extra crew member. He's hoping to have a look at his stats over the next couple of weeks since recording the next match, and see if there's anything he can put together there to squeeze another crew member out of the current resources he has available to himself. Because the final Salt and the Wound was, out of his 2d6 pennies, he only rolled a 2 and a 1. He got 3 pennies. It cost him to overall to lose this battle, just in terms of upkeep. So with all that being said, let's get on to the Royalists, which is quite the difference, let me put it that way. The end of the battle there. Biscuit's crew relieved to have come out relatively unscathed, all things considered, from the assassination attempt on their leader by the wicked Twisted Tails. Now, of course, Grub was knocked out during the battle as he was mobbed. However, thanks to that infirmary I built a couple of games ago, I can ignore his injury, and so I came out of the fight with just totally without a scratch at the end of the day, which is fantastic. On top of that, I got 4 XP for everyone apart from Grub, who only got 2 because he was knocked out. And that includes Musket and Ash the Squirrel. First up for Biscuit, I got the opportunity to upgrade his Fortitude, which is actually extremely tempting. As we've seen throughout the campaign, once my crew loses the first turn, if they're going second, they struggle to get it back because Biscuit's Fortitude is only, I believe, a D8. However, I've had my eye on another skill for a couple of games now. It's called Close Quarters. What it means is that in combat, if I or my opponent, so if Biscuit is in cover or if he charges someone in cover, he gets +2 to strike and block roll-offs. Now that is an extremely common situation, as we've seen over the course of the campaign. I think that is going to be an absolutely ridiculous skill, so I can't wait to try it out. I know it seems crazy, why not increase his Fortitude when I've got the chance? But I just want to push the envelope on Biscuit and make him the greatest duelist in the whole of Northumbria. And now, if he charges someone who is in cover from over 2 inches away, he's going to get +7 to his D12. That is insane. And he ignores armor, and he ignores toughness. And if he's in a bad spot, he can hide himself in cover, and it's going to be hard to assassinate him. So if anyone charges into him and he's touching cover, again, he's going to get that bonus, and he'll be on a +5 base then, depending on what else he's at, what injuries he's taken. So that, I think, is just taking Biscuit to the absolute next level as a close combat fighter and a duelist. And I think he's earned it fighting against Pip there. He's becoming quite a skilled duelist. In other news, with his focus strike ability turning out to be really amazing, it ignores armor and toughness. And knowing Sam's got a lot of armor and a lot of toughness in his Warband, I've decided to actually put that onto Musket and also onto Nelson. So Musket got the ability to upgrade any of his stats. Tempting to go, no point doing his movement stat. I was tempted to do basically most of his stats. Musket's an incredible model. He can, concealment will be good for him, so he can ambush. Awareness would be good for him so he can counter ambush, as we saw last game. Strike, block, it's all good. But that focus strike is a crazy skill, ignoring armor and toughness. It's, you know, a real sleeper. I didn't really notice it at first, but taking it on Biscuit opened my eyes. So yeah, Musket's getting it too, as is Nelson. Now, in terms of Grub, he did actually level up with his 2 XP. He was sat right below the level up line. And what he got was the, he rolled for a skill upgrade, and he got upgrade his any stat. Again, I'm getting really lucky with these upgrade rolls after this match. It's basically choose my skills or choose my stats the whole way, which is crazy. And yeah, I got so I decided to upgrade his casting dice to a D10. So now he's basically casting all the time. You know, you'd have to be really unlucky to not cast. William the Otter, I have gone for the ignore cover ability. I've realised that basically every shot you take in this game is going to be through cover, into someone in cover, into someone concealed, if not both. So that is basically a flat +1 or +2 to every shot, if you think about it that way. So I've gone for that with William the Otter. And then Ash the Squirrel, even though he did not join in the battle because he was lost, couldn't find his way back home when the other guys were fighting to defend Grub. He did counter survive in the battle again. He's going to upgrade just like Biscuit. He gets his 4 XP without ever notching a arrow to his drawstring, which is pretty crazy. And it just what a crazy end to a game. This has been an absolute, like, I really feel like I've had the craziest power-ups. And to round it off, he got any skill. Now, Slippery is one I'm really tempted by because it allows him to move out of combat without suffering a strike against him, so you can just slip out of combat for free. Now, that's really tempting. It's something I certainly want to play around with, and being able to choose any skill means I can pick something outside of the usual fighting or shooting skills that I can auto pick for having my training ground and my archery range back at base. So, you know, very tempting to pick something out of the ordinary, but I built those training grounds and that archery range for a reason, which is I wanted to pick good shooting combos and good fighting combos on my crew and never have a wasted stat and a wasted level up. And so I am going to give this guy quick shot again. So this guy's going to be popping off 2 shots. He's starting his journey as William's apprentice. Now he can fire off 2 shots with every activation, and you guys are probably from there. I'll go for ignore cover and something like that. So it's you know, there's some really nice combos out there. Now he's joined the crew a little later. I'll have to think about my priorities. I don't think I can deny that quick shot is a great jumping off point for any archer. So no injuries, 6 level ups. I also walked away from that with a ton of pennies because I got 6d6 pennies. Now I decided to just put Nelson to building the base, and then really I've almost started a crossbow emporium, Biscuit's crossbow emporium, and murder mystery private investigation squad is basically how my crew's developed. I decided instead of risking it, gambling on the questing role, to just put basically everyone else to work building crossbows, have all the armor and equipment that I really wanted, and I really would like to add a hare to this list because I've got a hare painted up and ready to go, and I think it'd be a really nice addition, a 7th model. So I thought, right, I'll go to the market, I'll sell 4 crossbows, 4 crossbows, obviously Grub was dead. I'll make 40 coins, and then basically next game I can buy a hare and build him some armor in my smithy and all the weapons that I need. So that was the plan. But when I got to the market, I was offered a rare item that I could not refuse. It was some master crafted heavy armor. Now it did cost me 41, but it doesn't suffer any nimbleness penalties. It doesn't take up all of your slots, so you can still carry health potions, special items, all of that kind of thing, which is really cool. So I can still give this guy mortal poison. I can still give him a healing potion, all of that. Considering I have my alchemy lab that I bought last game,
or built after just before this match, I've got loads of potions, so having normal heavy armor isn't ideal for him. So yeah, I bought that mastercrafted heavy armor. So now Nelson not only has his base tough of 2, not only does he have his heavy shield, which gives him toughness +1, but he also has a heavy armor with no penalty, which gives him an extra 2 toughness. So his flat toughness is 5. Sam has to do 6 damage or more just to scratch this guy. 5 damage or less after the dice rolls will just be eaten up by his toughness now. So talking about tanks, on top of his shield master and everything else, he is an absolute beast. He can just swallow up fistfuls of damage without any issue, without blinking whatsoever. So I really feel like my crew's just evolving to the next level after this battle. It's been an absolutely resounding success, and I think well deserved. A nasty little assassination attempt from those wicked, twisted tails. And yeah, we gave them what for. We gave them a bloody nose, and now we'll have to see how they can come back from that, what their next plan is to try and get the upper hand against our honourable Royalists. Having said all of that, we are finishing the game with William the Otter and Nelson both having blood on their hands. They've permanently killed a model each now. It's the first time it's happened in the campaign. They've both done it. So, in terms of grim darkness, this has gone from friendly woodland creatures to gritty combat and fight and actual, lives on the line for our crew members. And, if you think about it, the world of Burrows and Badgers, though it's, it's fun to have that kind of whimsical aesthetic, who do the carnivores actually eat? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Are they eating people after the battle, that kind of thing? So you can definitely cast a more grim, dark twist onto your adventures, and I think we've definitely turned that corner now after this battle. So what an epic fight, what an epic set of upgrades for the Royalists, and you'll have to join us for our next adventure to find out what happens next and how the Twisted Tails get out of this sticky situation. So with all that being said, I hope you found this video interesting and entertaining. This has been the Scholar Progenium. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.